Just want to say welcome to everybody that is watching from South Africa and to the rest of the world. Go through these steps so that you can get to another level which you never were before. How to know your calling is here, and how to know your destiny is here. From there you need to know what sphere of society are you called to. And I'm going to teach you just briefly on the spheres of society. And I thank Lance Wallner for being a motivator in my life. And he's been there, and his voice has spoken so clear through the Father's voice. And he heard about two men, Cunningham and Bill Bright, that God spoke to them about the 7 spheres of society. This is not the 7 steps. The 7 spheres is what you're going to learn in step 4. And you're going to learn how many gifts have you got? What is your passion? And you link your passion with your gifts. Sometimes we have a passion to sing, but we've got no gift. We've got no talent for that. Okay, so you will learn that. And then in step 4, you're going to learn what are the giants? What are the giants that are blocking your progress? And if you look at Israel, there was 10 giants. 7 of them, they needed God. But there was 3 that they could have maybe gone without God and did it on their own. Maybe you've tried it on your own, but it didn't succeed. Now you need to tap into God that created you, and that's the one. Leaving a legacy, getting to know the Father's voice and getting unstuck so that you can go forward. This you need to invest in. This you need to say, I am prepared to give my all. This is what I'm going to give you. These first 2 steps, I'm going to guide you. I'm going to speak to you. I'm going to mentor you. And this is what I'm doing at the moment. It is a free. I'm giving it to you as my heart to say to you, I'm going to train the rest. Are you in? Would you like to be part of this? And from step 3, I'm going to start to charge a fee so that you know that to be a mentor or a coach takes a special leadership to get there. And in between each of this, you will get programs and you will get, because I'm going to invest in your life, but you need to invest in yours as well. So it's a two-way thing, okay? Who are the giants that are blocking your progress? And at the same time, you're going to learn what decade are we in. I just want to see, I've put it over here. I'll get to it now. So you're going to learn that. And then in step 6, why is my life's message so important to the world? I have such an awesome message when I say I walk through the country and I start to reveal and unravel the way that the church treated me. You know, some people say, well, what was it like? And I said, do you want to know the truth? Because I saw the good side of the church and I saw the bad side of the church. I saw the good side of the heathens and the bad side of the heathens. Can you believe it? That some heathens would rather give me than the church give me. Some doors would be closed because they thought I was a street lady, because I had a rucksack on my back and I didn't look the part. I was in a tracksuit, or I was in walking tackies most of the times if it was summer, because we had summer and winter, the seasons that we went through. There were times that I had to go and minister with a tracksuit on, with tackies on, other times with shorts and a short, a sort of shortish shorts, not short shorts, but you know what I'm saying, below the knee, because I don't like short shorts. But it was summer, and we had to walk. So I learned what it was like to go and minister with sandals on. But how do the people actually look at you when you don't look the part? You're not dressed the part. So I will share that with you. That's my life message, but you have a life message. Maybe you've got such a powerful message because that's your fingerprint. You've gone through it. Maybe you're still going through it, but it can change lives. And that's what God wants. And then in step 7, from step 6, you're going to start learning how you can use your message to monetize, to get to the world, to not just hold out your hand and say, I need a donation for petrol, please, but you're going to learn how to run an effective company, an effective business in leadership, in coaching and mentoring others. Either you're going to do your business online or offline, and then it depends on which sphere of society you are called for. Maybe you're called to more than one. Maybe you've got a gift, which is in media. Maybe you've got a gift to be in government as well, so they both can work together. Maybe you're called for the economy market, and God is going to teach you all of these. So these are the 7 mountains. You'll see them. I'm not drawing them again. God is giving us 8. And the 8th one that he gave us, 7 he gave to Will Bright and Cunningham. And that's what Lance Horner is also teaching, and a few people are teaching on this. It's an awesome thing because he said, go into the world. But he didn't say to the church, everybody must just come to you. He said, no, you must go to the nations. That's what must happen. We must go to the nations. God's given us an 8th one for Africa and South Africa, agriculture and health. I wonder why. There must be a very important reason there. This is going to teach you how to leave your legacy. Your legacy is not just a car and a house, but your legacy is passing a baton on to the next generation. We can't just do it with prayer. We need to be actively involved in society. You remember where I said learning about the giants? Who the giants are? Well, we're also going to learn what decade we're in, because 2010 goes to 2019 and then there's a new decade. And if we don't know what decade we're in, we're not going to know what the Father's trying to tell us in the season. And a decade is 1 year going up to 10 years. So it's a 10-year cycle. So you need to know those things. For you to be able to think differently, you know, our helmet of salvation is actually our helmet of hope. God is our only hope. And if we don't save souls, what happens? We don't have a helmet of hope. God is our only hope. God showed me a wheel, like a water wheel. If you see here's the water, God's the living water. These are the buckets on the side. Have you seen a water wheel? Holland has water wheels, other countries as well. But it actually grasps the water and it creates power. It creates a force of energy so that we can use it as power, as energy. Instead of electricity, it creates electricity. You will see a water wheel creates power. Now that's what God is calling for our nation. And each one of these spheres of society are those mountains that I showed earlier on. Each one, for example, education, family, business, government. The one that I mentioned earlier was agriculture and health. Now let's take an example what the Lord was showing me. He said, there's maybe somebody that's in education, that's a teacher, and she opens in prayer, and she gets ridiculed and told, you will not have a job if you pray again. She needs somebody in the business sphere. For example, like a lawyer. It's a godly lawyer. And that's how we will connect together, bringing hope back. But only in the Holy Spirit can we connect. We cannot do this in the flesh only. We need the spiritual side to be with us as well. The Holy Spirit needs to be with us. Somebody in government being the judge that can help us with that problem. Maybe there's somebody in the family and the family does not have work. Why do they suffer alone? Is because nobody else is listening to them. Maybe the church is closing their doors. And I know I'm talking about examples. How many of the churches close their doors because they're scared they're going to get stolen from? How many of these churches close their doors when somebody comes to them and they ask them for a blanket to sleep with or a glass of water? How many of these church members really, really have a heart for the people? These people have been coming to them the whole time. We've been giving our offerings to them the whole time. Do you hear what I'm saying? Now it's time to start to realize that the church has a bigger role in South Africa and in Africa, because you can see what's happening in the world. We, South Africa, needs to be a different nation. We are called to be a lighthouse to the nations. And we need to radiate and shine. And this is where the church needs to start to take the biblical principles correctly. God said, go to the nations. He didn't say, come, nations, come to me. He said, go and spread the gospel. If we get taught this in the church, what a wonderful way of living our lives. What a wonderful way of creating new business people by mentoring and coaching new business people. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to focus on the business mountain, the economy mountain, because the economy needs to be built. We need to have factories up and running. If you look at Hammanskraal, we used to have beautiful factories there. There's nothing. I don't know if you know one or two, but there's hardly anything there. If you go anywhere, you see our factories are not working. It's because we have let go of our production line. We need to bring it back. But we cannot bring it back if the family's not in line with God. So the family's mindset must be right. The owners of these factories need to have the right mindset. And then agriculture and health. If we are so worried about our soil, we need to know why, what is happening. But we need to also know our health. Why is our health departments looking at this? So everything, if you want to eliminate government, and I want to call those that are not voting, please go and vote. I would like to register this as a Hope political party as well. It's not just going to be in the economy. We're going to be busy with economy, we're going to be busy with government, we're going to be busy with church. Those are the three that God is talking about that we are going to mobilize and we're going to get strong. If you say to me, but Esther, government is not for me, it's very evil. Okay, so in the business, there's a pub. There's discos. Is that not evil? If ever we leave a gap, the enemy's going to rule and reign. We've left a gap in government. There's only 400 seats that are needed. And for 400 seats, we need about 48,000 people to vote for one chair. And one seat, we've got 400 seats. So you times that by 48,000. How many people do we need that is godly, that will change and bring that government to restore this whole wheel? You see, government controls. Even though God is the head, He allows us to rule and reign, either good or bad. He gave us a mind. We're not robots. He gave us a mind to think. So I want to bring you to a closure, and I just want to say to you, we need to leave a legacy for our children and our children's children. We need to bring a legacy of Jesus Christ, but we need to know how we're going to do it. We need to strategize. We need to stand together. If we look at everything that's happening with our economy at the moment, if we don't stand up, we're in serious trouble. And that's what God called me as an Esther. It starts with you. It starts with you and me. You are one. I'm one. Together, we make up the nation. And we can change lives together. I want to ask you if you're in. Please send me a comment. Just a note at the bottom. Let me know what you feel. Tell me what else do you think God has been talking about, because this is not about me only. What has He been talking about that needs to be brought in the training material? The step 7, every 6 months there will be a new training material. It will still be based on the foundation, whatever the foundation is of the 7 steps. And it will just escalate, it will just improve and grow. But for 6 months, you will be kept busy, but you're not going to stay stuck. You're going to have so much knowledge that you will want to share it with others. And yes, I just want to say thank you for your time and thank you for listening. You can contact me on hope.prayerinAction@gmail.com and let me know what your thoughts are for 2019 and your thoughts for now. How would you like to be involved? You've been asking me, Esther, what can we do? Now you know what you can do. I need 100 people to stand with me and to say, Esther, we need to be trained. We want to go and we want to change the nation. I wait for you to stand with me. Blessings. God, take care. And if you want to contact me on WhatsApp, 082-9311-418. Love you, love you, love you. Wouldn't do this if I didn't. There is hope for South Africa. You and I can change this country. Blessings. Bye-bye.